прежде всего хочу выразить слова искреннего соболезнования.
Putin offering condolences to Prigozhin's family and calling him a talented businessman, while also saying he had a complicated fate and made serious mistakes in life. Prigozhin, seen here in the last video he made before his presumed death, was aboard a private jet that crashed Wednesday evening in Russia. There's continued speculation about what happened, but sources inside the UK Defense Ministry told the BBC that Russia's intelligence service is likely behind the crash, while US intelligence says an intentional explosion brought down the plane. Prigozhin led a short-lived revolt against Russian military leadership on June 23rd, which Putin said could have started a civil war. He also spent months criticizing the Russian war effort in Ukraine. Prigozhin's Wagner mercenary units had played a key role in the invasion of Ukraine up until the revolt. Joining us now with more on this is political science professor Jaro Bilocerkowycz from the University of Dayton in Ohio. Professor, what do you make of Putin's comments today, especially given Prigozhin's open revolt and criticism of him?
I think Putin typically will try to show some empathy, the loss of life, noting the contribution, but also highlighting that errors were made. So in that sense, he's trying to take a little bit of the attention away from the blame on Putin himself, showing well for the family, showing respect and acknowledging some of the positives he did in terms of in the war versus Ukraine. In terms of Putin, I mean, what is genuine? That's always a tough question to answer, but he does sort of play the role of, you know, if he did it, why would he be saying some of these nice things, right? So he's trying to, you know, deflect a little bit.
Lots of speculation, but do you think the Russian intelligence service is behind the crash?
Well, I don't know what unit per se, but it certainly reflects Putin's revenge and retribution. I mean, this was expected. From his perspective, Prigozhin was disloyal. He called him a traitor. And in some sense, I think a couple things should be highlighted. One is that this explosion or missile, whatever took down his plane, was on the second month anniversary of the mutiny itself. Not accidental, not coincidental. Putin's big on anniversaries, as are some other violent groups, big on anniversaries. Secondly, the same day that this apparent death of Prigozhin took place, Surovikin, the top general that was close to Prigozhin, also was demoted from head of the Air Force, aerospace forces. So again, not coincidental. In other words, the purging of some of those people who challenged Putin. And broadly speaking, I would say this retribution against Wagner is a warning to the Wagner group, to ultra-nationalists within Russia, and to the Russian public, many of whom liked Prigozhin, that Putin is in charge. Don't criticize, don't challenge either his political leadership or his military leadership. So it was a stark kind of warning.
If Putin was indeed behind Prigozhin's death, why didn't he kill him right after the betrayal? Surely he had the power to do so.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think he was probably just trying to sort through what would be the best way to handle this traitor, this loyal person. You know, they closed down, you know, some of his media empire. You know, they closed off some of his financial resources. You know, they also were concerned about his forces since they were very loyal to him personally. So they were probably trying to figure out how are they going to replace him with maybe another person loyal to Putin in charge of the Wagner troops, so their activities in Africa, et cetera, still might be doable. So I think they were just biding their time. And in some sense, maybe Prigozhin himself thought, well, he got complacent, maybe it's going to be okay, maybe Putin needs him. Well, it turns out he didn't need him. And of course, the way he died wasn't, you know, through falling from a hotel room, as many have, or being poisoned. You know, so this is kind of a stark thing that everybody sees, and everybody's like, wow, this is, you know, it's kind of scary for those who might challenge Putin. It's like, wow, you can be blown up.
Thank you so much for joining us, Professor.
Thank you.